We're back at the hobby table. Wednesday the 18th. I got all of my bits back into their appropriate piles. These men are just sitting here waiting to go into the infantry box. These 3 men are just waiting to go back to the game table. All this is still just waiting on its final touches because I'm a slacker. I really just want to be building Space Marines. I have all this like real life adult work to do that I just don't want to do at all. I want to be building Space Marines. And I'm so sick of being an adult and I just want to play. I just want to play. Something that kicks me in the teeth every year is Christmas. I hate Christmas. Christmas is inflicted upon me by the society. It might be because I work in hospitality, but it's just that time of year. There's so much to do, and all I want to do is sit and play. So I really should go do important, responsible adult stuff, but instead, I think I'm going to get back to this. We have the Diddy episode of Behind the Bastards going on, and I just don't even know what I'm going to start with. So the first thing I did was I hit his transfers of lamium medium to take the gloss out of them, and now they're still a little glossy. But he's done. He can go sit on the shelf and wait for the varnish. It's varnish time for him. So I'm amazed at how long this is taking, but I have these are arms, and these are arms, and these are bolters. And there are combinations where you get the correct arm here, the correct arm here, and the correct bolter. And they fit together just perfect. Or you can try to, cobble them together. And everything I'm working here are all leftovers from different kits. Like, nothing here was meant to be together. This is just the bits box going to work. And trying to get bolters to look organic on bodies just now has kind of been a little bit frustrating, but we're getting there. Now we have our next stern guard made out of spare parts coming together very nicely. I'm super happy that I'm getting some stern guard out of this. I had no idea. It's Thursday. I have made it back to the hobby table. It is past my bedtime. I've spent far too much time today being an adult and not enough time being a guy who sits at my hobby table. But now it's time to be at the hobby table. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm still building Star Hunters. I'm still finishing touches. I feel like I've been at this for a while. This is how I feel at the hobby table, though. I start to get impatient because things start to take too long. But what can you do? Like, if you get an hour a night at your hobby table, I feel like you're lucky, or at least I feel if I get an hour a night at my hobby table, I'm lucky. But I'm sitting down now, and I think I'm going to finish him real quick. He's the last Devastator, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. And now he's done. He is my final Devastator. He is the last of the Missile Devastators. And I'm pleased with him. He's cool. I love beakies. Beakies are the coolest. So now I'm putting magnets inside of backpacks. I took I'm using the small hand drill. And I used my smallest bit to make, well, not my smallest bit, but a very small bit to make a little guide hole. Then I switched to the really big bit to fill them all out. This guy is the sergeant for my 3rd tactical squad, so he needs a flag. And so I drilled a hole out for him, but I'm going to glue some magnets in there, and then that step will be done. Little hobby tip from me. I do some magnetizing. I have quite a bit of my towel magnetized and some magnets here and there, but I have a system for my magnets where there's one polarity that goes in the body and then another polarity that goes in the accessory. And then to keep it straight, I took this piece of sprue like years ago, like 10 years ago, and I put a magnet in it that will fit the polarity. The magnet on this little piece of sprue represents the body. And so I can always use this when I'm finding the polarity for the accessory that I'm using. So, couple hobby tip, a little piece of magnet and a sprue to make sure you get your polarities right. And a short time later, I'm here. Got a man, he can carry a flag. And then got a backpack, that backpack can carry a flag. And this backpack can carry a flag. So that work is done now. And now this man officially has his backpack waiting for a flag. He can go in the box. So bits and bits and bits. This is my Stern Guard Sergeant, and he's got this cool rifle, but then he has the option to bring a power fist or power weapons. And so I got into the bits box and I pulled some stuff out, and to have options. I also have, let's not forget this cool, that bit there is a cool bit. And then I have a Jump Sergeant coming, and the Jump Sergeant could possibly have a pair of lightning claws. That is still an option for him. And I would only do it if I can make it look cool. And so I pulled out all the lightning claws, and if I can make it cool, then I'll do lightning claws. But the whole point of, that particular sergeant is to look cool. That's the plan. So I have decisions to make about bits. Bits and bits and bits and bits. And this is a Stern Guard Sergeant. I got a little bit plastic left on that shoulder pad I got to clean up. I love the shoulder pads that don't have any trim. That'll end up being just like a solid block of blue. I almost didn't go with the power fist, but left-hand options are hard to come by at this point. He looks all right. Do I like that power fist? Am I keeping that power fist? Yeah, he's fine. I have to find some bases for these guys. I gotta get in the closet and find bases, but I have one more Stern Guard to make, and then I can move on to the Jump Marines. And here is the final Stern Guard veteran. The Stern Guard, I'm not calling them done yet, because when the whole project's done, I'm going to get out the fancy bits like the Purity Seals and the Aquilas. And I'm going to try to fancy these guys up a little bit, because they are Stern Guard, and they should be fancy. And then I also have to get into the closet and find some bases for them, because they need some bases. And no, I'm done for the night. Time to go to bed. It's Friday. I've been working all night. And now it is the quiet part of my evening. It's about 2 a.m. I still have the Star Hunters build in front of me. And there's other things I should be doing. Just like I have Christmas projects I have to get done. But it's always so hard, because my hobby table's it's like going to therapy. It's where I calm down. It's where I clear my mind, and whenever I turn it into work, like I did that recently when I painted Yvrain, when it wasn't an organic thing that I was doing for a calm heart and good mental health. When I was doing it with so much purpose, I had a hard time propelling myself forward doing it. And I have a couple of Christmas projects I really need to get done. Christmas being Wednesday, today being Friday. But I don't think I'm doing that tonight. I think that I'm gonna just tinker here a little bit before bed, and maybe put another couple of Jump Marines together. Something I always really enjoy in these projects is getting all the bits out, and everything's all organized, and you know exactly what everything is, and you got your ideas going on, and these are potential sergeant weapons. Here is the potential sergeant, and I've really enjoyed this. I've really had a great deal of fun finishing up the Star Hunters. I still have to get in the closet and find some bases. The Stern Guard need their bases, and they need their gubbins. And I do intend to pin the chapter master before he ends up in the box. But yeah, it's a calm night. It's a Friday night. I'm real tired. I'm so sick of blue collar work. Oh my God. But that's neither here nor there. But it's time to do some happy work. and get happy. Hobby snacks for hobby time. So I got into the closet and I got out the box of bases. I only had 13, so I have to use a couple of these extenders, but they're absolutely fine. And then I based the stern guard, and that was cool with these four guys because they stand up without bases. But then I started working on this guy, and he does not want to glue to this base. He's really been very frustrating. And even if he finally does stand up, I'll never trust him to stay. So I got to pin him, even though all of a sudden he wants to stick. So that was really frustrating. And then I'm on my way with some jump marines. Here's a jump marine. He's a jump marine. He'll be a jump marine, and I got the jump packs out. But I might have to stop for the night, though. I'm getting sleepy. But maybe. And I return to the hobby space. Saturday night is always the most difficult night to get some hobby in because I have to close the restaurant down and then open it again tomorrow morning. And I never have much time, and I got to get to bed, but I also I just got out of work. I can't go to sleep yet, and so I got to get something done. But we're getting to the cool stages of this. And granted, I should sweep all of this off the desk and do a more productive project. I have other things I should be working on now, but I've loved this. So what we just got done a second ago, this guy here, this stern guard, I drilled a hole in his foot. And then I took this base, I drilled a hole in it, and I glued a thumbtack to the bottom of it. And I'm going to glue him. I'm going to glue him here. And, it'll work out when I have two hands to work on it. See, he'll even stand up now with just the pin. But we'll put some glue on that, and he's cool. But then the real cool news. So I have a Primaris army that I've hardly started. And my original intention for them was I was going to make them the field police, right out of the Rogue Trader era, or maybe the second edition Warhammer rulebook. They were like the gray guys with the hazard stripes going down the center of their beaky. And I had that idea originally, and that's where I began, but they have grown and evolved and changed and become more my own thing now. And I'm not doing that original plan, making them the field police. I'm making them something more unique to me. But when I first made that plan, I wanted to do all of my intercessors with beakies. And then I'd put the hazard straight on the beaky, and they would look just like those Road Trader ones. And so I went through all of my bits in my firstborn bits box, and I pulled out all the beakies. Now, I've changed my mind about the Primaris. I don't need those beakies anymore. So what do I have here? Ooh, it's a whole cup of beakies. And I have, God, how many do I got here? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14 beakies here. I got 10 jump marines, and I'm going to have a whole squad of beakies. And then these guys will be Captain Starhawk's squad because he's wearing a beaky. And Space Marines and beakies are just cooler. And so we have all these beakies. And then I'll still have 4 left over to put on some Primaris Marines just for a little bit of nostalgia, a throwback to remind me of my original intention. I might even put a hazard stripe on it. But that's in the future when I'm working on Primaris Marines. But in the meantime, we're going to finish this project soon. Maybe even tonight. It's late. Dude, it's so late. It's always so late. I have to get up so early. But, dude, I'm so into it. I love these guys. I've gotten some of these guys going where he's waiting for his head. He's like, I will sword fight you and shoot you with my plasma pistol. Yeah. And then this guy's like, I'm in a running pose, and I have this parchment here to make me look like I'm going faster. And this guy here, he's like, oh, once I get a head on my shoulders, I will shoot you. And so it's going. This is what I'm doing. I don't know how much I'm going to get done, though. But I might as well just shut up and start working. So this is where Saturday ends. Stern guards waiting for gubbins. I have 5 jump marines done. And they're feeling pretty cool. Like, hey man, we're cool because we're jump marines with beakies. Is there anything cooler than jump marines and beakies, honestly? Like, that's the coolest Warhammer stuff, jump marines and beakies. Making the sergeant fancy is going to be hard because although I have just a stash of weapons for him, I'm running out of decent arm options. So we'll see. I have some stuff to work with, though. We'll make it happen. But I got to be done tonight because I'm up way too late and I have to open the restaurant tomorrow. And it's Christmas time, and who's got the time for any of this? But this was Saturday. So it is Sunday night. It is time to hobby streak. But I have to push this to the side. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to do because I like all my little piles. But it's not time for this. I have to get to some of my Christmas painting. And if I'm a pimp dog, I can paint all night, get my project done, and then go to the post office tomorrow and get it in the mail. If I'm a suck dog, I don't get it done tonight. But being Christmas painting, and what I'm painting is going out to somebody who watches the channel, I'm sorry, I can't show you what I'm doing right now. So it's, it's the Hobby Streak show, but I can't show you the hobby right now. But we'll be back to regular Hobby Streak after probably tonight. So just real quick, I'm getting ready to switch gears, but I didn't want to mess up my piles too much because I'll get back to this in a couple of days. So what I've done is, this is a pile of legs, torsos, jump packs, and then I counted out 8 more shoulder pads. This is what I need, and I counted out the heads, and then I put everything else in the pile. Spilling my weed over here. And then this is everything that the sergeant could possibly need. And then I got cups out and organized all the rest of the bits in the little cups. And the reason I decided to put it on camera is the little shot glasses do work for me every single day. They're a great tool. All right, it's Monday now, and I'm still working on my secret project, and that's what I've been giving most of my attention to. But I don't want to break the hobby streak, though, because I'm into the hobby streak. Because I had such a hard time getting to the hobby table for a while, and now I can, and I'm going to. So to make sure I kept that streak going, I did 4 more Assault Marines. So all I have left to do with these guys is the Sergeant. And then the Stern Guard's still out because I want to hit them with gubbins and gubbins and gubbins. But this is me making sure I have something to report for Monday because my secret project is not done. And I actually have 2 projects going on that I thought were Christmas presents, but they're not. They're New Year's presents because I'm not going to have them done on time. But the good news is I get a special treat this year. I'm going to wake up on Christmas morning all by myself, and I don't have to do anything on Christmas. And some of you might think that's sad. I think it's awesome, and I'm into it. And I will spend my Christmas day. I got a big bag of good grass, and I got some eggnog and a big sandwich, and I'm going to spend my day watching 80s sword and sorcery movies, smoking dope, eating food, painting secret project for a good friend, and it's going to be the best Christmas ever. But to make sure the hobby streak stayed alive, 4 more Assault Marines, and now I'm done for the night. All right, it's hobby streak on a Tuesday. It is Christmas Eve, so not a lot is happening. My main hobby focus at the moment is my secret project that was somebody's Christmas gift, but I was wrong about that. It's actually that person's New Year's gift, because I could never get my painting done on time. So that's where I'm focusing. But to make sure I had something to show for the hobby show, for the hobby streak, I finished the Jump Sergeant. And he's got a righteous pose and a hammer. He's like, I'm the sergeant and I'm in charge. And he will roll with his whole beaky crew. And then here are the Stern Guard. And my intention is to eventually litter them with like purity seals and gubbins. However, I have to finish the holiday project. And then all of a sudden, I'm buried in kill team stuff. And so it's time to take all the Space Marines off the desk. I think I'm going to do that like right now. And then finish the secret project. And then start talking to you people about kill team. But that's all I got done for Tuesday. One man, the jump sergeant. And now we're cleaning all the Space Marines off the desk. And we're moving on.